What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here on the Ratatoskr demonic beast, guys, to showcase the brand new assault mode Meliodas character. So as you guys know, man, with the release of this character, I was gonna take him into the PvE content in the game. You know, I always love to cover the demonic beast, and so we're starting off with the hardest one first and going down the list, guys. We're starting with Rat, we're gonna get to Nidhogg, and then we're gonna get to Skull and Hottie, and so on and so forth. And so yeah, I'm curious to see exactly how well this character is able to do. Actually, I'm not curious because I already know, because I've already recorded this, and so now it's just gonna be like a voiceover on the actual clip. But as you guys can see, I've already gotten my 3 rewards here. But the reason why I'm doing it as like a voiceover is because of the fact that, you know, the run takes a while and I gotta speed it up and, you know, kind of cut it down so I can still give you guys my commentary. But what we're doing at the beginning of the video here, guys, is just showing you guys the team. We'll talk about the gear, and then we'll actually hop into the clip and I'll give you guys my kind of like post run commentary, and yeah, we'll kind of talk about it. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we are on the road to that 53,000 subscribers. I definitely do appreciate the support on the channel, guys. And with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and let's talk the gear for the characters here. So for the gear on Assault Melee, it's actually a pretty specific gear set I ran. And in terms of the set, it was HP critical damage, with the top pieces being the critical chance rolls. So I opted to go with this because, remember, guys, Assault Melee is a full HP scaling character. So he's like Perk Bond, he's like Gelda, where his attack does not matter in content where you don't care about CC. So if we don't care about CC, I'm free to just go crit chance on the rolls, and we don't even have to have UR gear on these top pieces because it doesn't matter for damage, right? Because attack doesn't matter. And so yeah, we just have to roll for crit chance, and we run this character and he does really good. And the only part that I have UR here is the bottom pieces, because I don't have like, yeah, I don't have like what's it called, the HP pieces for like middle pieces for melee, because, you know, I wouldn't normally make that. So yeah, but I have Gelda's pieces, I moved them, and then I took my you know, Purgatory Bonds pieces, and yeah, we kind of amalgamated some type of gear set here that I think is really good for this specifically. And just for PvE content, this is easily going to be his best gear set for DPS. And so yeah, that was pretty much Assault Melee's gear set. Everyone else though is pretty standard stuff. HP defense on Yorm, we have HP defense on Elizabeth, and no specific roles there. And then for Valenti, guys, I haven't really like explained my Valenti in depth, but the TLDR of Valenti is you have critical resistance on triple crit res, right? So triple crit res set bonus with crit resistance on the middle pieces, and then your bottom and top are still HP and attack percent, so those do not change. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the gear right there. It's pretty straightforward. And then for the actual artifact card support, we are rocking the Nidhogg card set, but you can still run, you know, like the Ithirner one. I think that one's still pretty good. This one just gives you that a little bit extra defense related when you do have the food poisoning debuff. So alright, guys, that is going to be the team comp right there, the gear and all that. Now let's actually go to the clip here, and we'll do pretty much our, you know, post run kind of commentary over the run. Alrighty, guys, so here is the clip here of me actually getting the full clear through floors 1 to 3 of the Ratatoskr demonic beast. And yeah, I mean, I think the run overall, guys, is actually pretty good. Now, I did have concerns with Assault Melee going into the Rad, just based on the fact that because he has double single target, I feel like he was going to be a little bit held back in this fight. And yeah, that is something that you guys will see, and I'll kind of explain once we get to like the specific phases where it would matter or not. But yeah, floor 1, it's really good to have double single target on a Rat DPS. The main reason why I say that is because you're not focusing on the stumps, you're only focusing on the Rat himself. And so, you know, whenever you're attacking the Rat and you have that double single target, he's able to hit so hard. And you guys will see right here, look at that double damage cap, 535k. Like, that is crazy. And the fact you can do that just kind of turn 1 pretty much is a little insane, you know, like that. I think that's like really strong, the fact you're able to do that, or turn 2, I mean. And so yeah, and you know, just having that like damage off the rip, I think is really good. There are other characters obviously that have really good AoE damage, and that still can kind of, you know, allow you to still hit very hard, specifically on the Rat himself. You know, so I don't necessarily think that, you know, him being really good on floor 1 is going to be that much of something to kind of make note about. But yeah, I mean, he's still very good damage wise, guys. Like, you know, it was pretty much to be expected though that this character was going to be great on this, because remember, even though we're not running other demons, we are getting a lot of HP from Valenti, we're getting a bunch of all stats from Jormungand, and then Meliodas himself builds up HP as he gets hit. We also have the Holy Relic for his basic stats increase, which gives us extra HP too. So we have a lot of buffs that we are getting to where, you know, Assault Melee is able to get like absurd high like HP stats. Like, I think in the run, I think I took a screenshot. I was at like 2 million HP around the end when I had like all my buffs. it's a little crazy, guys. Like, yeah, you can definitely ramp it up. So yeah, I haven't really been explaining the mechanics here, guys. If you are looking for a dedicated guide on Rat, feel free to watch my guide where I did, you know, the full explanation for it. I feel like nothing's really changed too much in terms of what I explained in my original guide. And so this is just, you know, kind of a showcase here, right? You know, being able to showcase any of the new characters as DPS characters is always something that I like to do with Rat, because it gives you a lot of flexibility. You have other options you can test out, and, you know, being able to do that is really nice, because you have that option to run, you know, this assault melee versus, like, you know, any other character. But yeah, I mean, overall he was really good. You know, just having that single target damage on floor 1, always something to really make note about in terms of just damage itself. It's really good. And yeah, I think the one thing that I was a little bit annoyed about in my runs, guys, was the fact that I was getting really bad card RNG, though. I will say, like, as you guys saw right here, I just do not have cards of melee, and I'm getting stunned, like he's ulting me. To be fair, though, the boss is hit with the debuff where he's forced to attack into assault melee, but, like, still, man, like, not having any of his skills and all that, I guess it's technically a W here, because I don't have any skills, it's not like I could have used them anyway, right? So yeah, there are definitely, like, turns where I felt like, you know, I definitely could have had better card RNG just for getting off melee's attacks. And I think that would have been a lot better for my run, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter, because we still easily were able to clear through a lot of the floors, and it was still a very good showing. So yeah, and then yeah, right here, obviously we moved him to the right, back to the left, and to the middle. Now he's back on the right, because I needed to, you know, kind of get some you know, movement going there, just so I was able to get damage. And then right there, guys, we actually do finish it off, and Elizabeth with the AoE to get us the win. Now we move into floor 2 here. Now floor 2 is a lot worse for assault melee, because the problem is, again, as I mentioned, double single target can actually be a hindrance in a phase like floor 2, where you want to have a AoE to deal with both the stumps at the same time. You know, having single target means you have to kind of relegate your damage to one stump at a time, and that's going to really lower your speed at which you're clearing the fight. So for floor 2, assault melee is just not going to be as crazy. Like, his damage is still great, and he's able to do a lot, but I don't think he's going to be, like, better than characters that are one single target, one AoE. You guys see right here, even though we do have double single target, we do kill both the stumps right there. One AoE from a King and Diane one-shots both those stumps right there, you know? So it's like, you don't have to waste 2 separate cards to be able to do that. So again, it's not necessarily a fault of assault melee in terms of, like, how good he is himself, because I think he's still great. It's just the fact that his kit doesn't really suit Ratatoskr, if that makes sense, guys. Like, he's not really made for this fight. He just can be used, you know? So I guess that's the nice thing about it, though. You still can give the character a shot, and he still is pretty good at that. So yeah, floor 1 here, or floor 2 of phase 1 is really just about taking out the stumps and then focusing him down. It same goes for phase 2 and 3 of floor 2 as well. So it's pretty much the exact same thing, and we're just kind of focusing down the stumps, and then we start damaging the rat himself, and that's when we can take him out and, you know, be able to move through the phases pretty quickly here. So yeah, I did actually make a big mistake there as well. You guys notice I got a bunch of the gray food poisonings. That's because I didn't actually, or I cleansed all the debuffs on accident. I completely forgot that was a mechanic. And so yeah, that definitely was a little bit of an annoying fact as part of the run I was doing. But because we have Jormungand, guys, and Jormungand with the detoxification, as long as we always have the full uptime on that ultimate, we were never really going to have that many issues at the end of the day, regardless of having all those food poisonings, because we block out all of them, right? So that was always going to be something that was very nice. And then yeah, I mean, right here, just being able to, you know, do a bunch of good AoE damage was definitely ideal. So I'm attacking a lot with Valenti. And yeah, I'm really kind of holding off assault melee cards, just kind of waiting. And so yeah, right there, the right stump dies. He moves to the left, so that means you have to move him back to the middle. So I'm like, okay, we'll try a bleed. And I think bleed does move him back to the middle, because bleed would normally move him to the right, but because the right is not available, he actually is forced to go middle. So yeah, we do kill, yeah, we do focus down the left stump now. And then that's when we can start, you know, damaging the rat himself, and, you know, we can move out of this phase and move into the final phase as well. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, the other stump dies. We do cycle ultimate with Elizabeth, and then we do a single target with Yorm. We're doing a lot of damage right there. We actually did take some damage because of the not having Jormungand ultimate fully up. But as you guys saw, because the rat is hiding, we actually do keep that, and we're good to go. So yeah, and then follow up single target. He's gonna land back on that. We get the all stats. And yeah, I mean, this was gonna be really good. So now it's like, okay, let's go for the kill. We can move into the next phase now. You know, being able to have, oh, you know, one thing I do want to mention about assault melee too, guys, is I wish that his ultimate was HP scaling instead of attack, that is one thing that I think would make this character so much better in what you were trying to do, because of the fact that with HP scaling on his ult, it would actually do really good damage. So you guys will see here, as we move into the final phase, when I ult with Assault Melee, it doesn't, like, it does a lot of damage, but it could do way more than it actually did, right? Because Assault Melee's ultimate skills on attack, this Assault Melee though, in terms of just generally how he's built, is to be scaling off of HP, and that was still decent damage. But then you guys saw the follow-up single target right there, not enough to kill the stump right there. And you know, if I had a stronger ultimate, you know, with this scaling by HP, anything like that, I probably would have killed the stump right there. But yeah, I mean, it does die regardless, because we have the I think the poison effect, so that was still able to kind of take him out there. And then yeah, now we just do the single target onto the left stump, we take him out, and then now we just focus down the rat in the middle. So yeah, I mean, from this point on, guys, pretty straightforward. We just kind of waste our attack cards until the boss dies. We do proc his revive if I'm not mistaken though, because or like the full heal, because I wasn't really trying to just like kind of gauge my damage. I was just like, let me just attack. And yeah, I just went like 3 Assault Melee cards right there, you know, in quick succession. So that's like all 1,100,000, guys. That's pretty crazy, right? So yeah, I mean, this character is just easily able to hit those like damage numbers. And yeah, I mean, because he has so much HP, he's able to do that, you know, and he's able to just do a ton of damage because of that. So yeah, and then we rep the Yorm ult. You know, we follow up with the single target with Valenti, AoE with Liz, and then yeah, we're just gonna kind of waste the follow up with Valenti there as well. And yeah, we're just kind of clearing out a hand, you know. At this point, we're pretty much ready to finish off the fight. It's just kind of whenever the boss drops down and we have some Meliodas cards again. This is where I was like, yo, where's my card RNG for Melee cards? I just was not getting them to draw, you know. So that was definitely one of my like more like gripes about the run, but like it's not at a fault of Assault Melee. It's just, you know, I was just getting a little unlucky, right? So yeah, and then right there, all with Liz, double single target, and we're good to go, guys. I mean, yeah, that's a guaranteed kill right there. So that wasn't actually 1.8 million damage there. It's just because the boss died. But yeah, there we go. That is floor 2. Now moving into floor 3. Floor 3, I will say I had a little bit of issues as well because Assault Melee's ultimate, and I mentioned as well that Assault Melee's ultimate being attack percent was definitely a detriment. You guys will see why as we go into the second phase of floor 3, because I was like, man, like if I had like an HP scaling ultimate, that's easily killing both the right and middle stump when we have to move him you know, to the left, right? And that's something where, you know, DK Melee's able to nuke like that, King of Diane's able to nuke, you know, they're like Brunhild AoE nukes it, right? Like so there's like a bunch of characters that like still just AoE nuke both the middle and right stump on phase 2 of floor 3. That's when it like really counts, right? Because you're able to, you know, take out both the stumps instantly, and you have him on the left and he's secured there, and you don't have to worry. You guys will see in my run here, Assault Melee, unfortunately I had to pretty much single target the right stump first, focus down damage on that, and try and kill the right stump as fast as possible so that he was not able to move to that slot, and then I could have him move back to the left. So that was kind of what I was trying to do. And yeah, I mean, this first phase right here, guys, again, it's just the stall fest. You guys know if you play Ratatoskr at the first phase here, we're really just stalling to get a bunch of good cards available. So yeah, I mean, nothing really special about this first phase here in terms of like what we're doing. We just moved him to the right, and then we're just kind of farming, you know, some better cards right now in our hand. Obviously, I want to hold all 3 of the, you know, poison, bleed, and shock, because we just want to be able to, you know, move him at will whenever we do need to do that. And so yeah, I mean, again, like phase 1 of floor 3 is all just stalling, right? So once we do get out of here, then we can kind of, you know, get to some more riveting gameplay here. There we go. So yeah, we're out of phase 1. So again, phase 2, guys, as I explained, I have to pretty much focus damage onto the right stump because I can't move the rat to the left and then just alt nuke the right and middle, because of the fact that it just would not do enough damage. Like Assault Melee is not hitting enough with his ultimate to be able to actually kill those stumps outright. You know, because his ultimate is such an old ultimate, all it does is give him basic stats, and they don't have an effect on the ultimate itself, right? So that right there, in my opinion, was definitely something that held this character back. And I mean, you guys will see right here as well when I ult Assault Melee. Look at that, 2 million damage. That is a lot, but imagine HP scaling, 4 million easily. 4 million easily if that's HP scaling, right? Which is why I was like, you know, imagine we had HP scaling with that. I wouldn't have to do this, you know, thing where I'm attacking the right stump and, you know, waiting till he's able to move to the left on that, you know, first turn. I would actually just move him with the 3 debuff cards and then do the ultimate and just nuke both the right and middle stump. And so yeah, I think that was definitely something that I was like, okay, Assault Melee could be a little bit better in that scenario. But yeah, I mean, there was nothing I could really do about that. And then right here, yeah, the rat does move back to the middle because I wasn't able to kill. Again, bad card draw. I just was not getting Assault Melee cards, guys. That's just mainly most of the run. I just wasn't getting the card draw. And so yeah, I was like, okay, we gotta move him back to the middle, so or back to the left. Right here, for whatever reason, I did 2 debuffs. He did not move back to the left. Yeah, I remember seeing this. I'm like, yo, what? So that was the first time that's happened to me. Normally, you do 2 debuffs and you'll move to the spot that you want him to, pretty much, right? So that was definitely something where I'm like, okay, that was really bad. And so right here, I'm like, okay, this is a dead run unless he just moves based on us ulting. So I was like, okay, let me ult with Yorm, do the double single target with Assault Melee just to get off some damage. And then, yeah, I buff up with Liz. And lo and behold, he does move to the left and save the run. So that was very good right there, guys, because if he did not do that, it was easily a dead run right there. And so that's why I'm saying, like, Assault Melee's ultimate was really the kind of crutch in this run. You know, him not having an HP scaling ultimate actually held him back a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's not like they could have really, I mean, they could have changed it, but like they don't ever really change variant characters, you know, because we already had an Assault Melee in the game that was attack scaling. So they don't normally just kind of like change that stuff, right? So yeah, I mean, that being the case, guys, that is definitely something that I think could have been a little bit different. But yeah, and then, you know, right here, just a bunch of stalling again as well. You know, we have him on the left, he puts up the taunt, and now he's just going to kill himself with the food poisoning himself. Pretty straightforward stuff here, guys. Yeah, I'll just kind of let this rock and we'll talk about it. But yeah, I mean, Melee right here, look how many buffs bro is getting. Look at that. Do I click on him? I know I click on him a little bit later in the run. But yeah, he was at like 2 million HP, guys. It was pretty absurd, right? You know, in PvP, I think like the most I was able to get to in Ungeared was like 1 million. And that's on like a full demon team, right? This is the rat team, and I'm getting like 2 million HP. So he was doing like 1 million damage on like every rank 1, if that was as much as the damage cap could be. You know, right? So that is like still insane. And yeah, I mean, his damage, again, nothing to scoff at. Like, this character actually does hit very, very hard in this fight. The only thing, again, that I have to mention, though, is not having an AoE held him back a little bit in this fight. Definitely an AoE would have been a lot better for him, at least in this. Not necessarily saying that for PvP, because I think PvP, it's a different, completely different scenario. But yeah, I mean, for Ratatoskr specifically, guys, you definitely want to have like an AoE single target combo. A lot of the characters that are good in this fight have that combo. I mean, King and Diane, DK Melee, you know, Ella Red Brunhild. You know, there's a bunch of characters like that that have AoE single target, and they work so well. So yeah, I mean, again, it is what it is. You know, there wasn't really anything we could do about that. Oh, right here, I do reset the game. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the clip right here. I actually do reset, because as you guys saw, Assault Melee just does not kill. The ultimate not being HP scaling, it holds us back a little bit. We're not able to get the kill. So let me actually cut here from this. Alrighty, guys, so we are now back at the point where, you know, we were at before. This time I actually don't go for the ultimate this time, because I'm like, okay, let's just kind of stall the turn. You know, it's fine to keep the rat in the middle, you know, as long as you're not moving him off the rip and you're able to kill the left stump. That's obviously what you want to focus on. If you can focus damage on the left stump and then keep him in the middle, that's always still good, because it's just going to lower his max HP. It's going to be a lot easier to kill the character when you do need to go for damage. So yeah, I mean, right there, Assault Melee was the only one not petrified, so all I could really do right there is attack with him. I didn't want to ult again, because I would have moved the rat, so I only did the attack card there. And then yeah, right here, I'm like, okay, the boss is really low on the left stump. I can now start ulting, and that's fine to do, because we can just kill the stump and we don't have to worry about it now, since we got off a lot of the damage. And then yeah, now we pretty much have the rat move to the right. We focus on the middle stump, and yeah, I mean, we're good to go. And this is the Ratatoskr full floors 1 to 3, right? So yeah, I mean, overall, like, in terms of the entire run, guys, Assault Melee is really good. You know, he actually can do a lot of damage. If you're looking for a character that has really strong single target damage in this fight, he can definitely be that character. Now, on the flip side, though, AoE is very lacking. His ultimate will not be an ultimate to be a nuke. I will tell you guys right now, you will not be nuking with his ultimate if you're trying to do that. And so, in a scenario with like phase 2, you know, on floor 3, where you want to move him to the left and then just kind of ult, you know, Assault Melee is not able to do that. You have to move the rat by killing the right stump first, and then having him go to the left, and then you kill the middle, right? You have to do it in that kind of order, just because of the fact that, you know, Assault Melee doesn't have an AoE. He doesn't have a strong enough AoE, right? So yeah, that is definitely something that held him back. But overall, I mean, the character was still really good. So yeah, I mean, from this point on, guys, you kind of get the gist. I'm just gonna kind of let the video rock here. But yeah, I mean, that's rat right there. Assault Melee, very good character. Definitely not better than King and Diane or Ella Red Brunhild. Any of those characters, I think, are still better than Assault Melee, but I think he's still an option. And again, you know, having that variety of options is really good, and the fact that this character is able to do this, I think, is really good too. So yeah, guys, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the clip here, but that's gonna be it. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out, have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.